Good Monday, everyone, and welcome to this edition of Conversation Daily News. I'm your host, Cyrus Webb. Glad you all could join us once again. Well, it's a brand new day. It's a brand new week, and can you believe we are halfway through the month of November? It's crazy to think about, but here we are, so we're going to make the most of it. We, of course, have your news headlines coming up on this Monday. We have the Truth of the Day with Mary Ellen Ciganovich, and in today's Entertainment Spotlight, being part of my conversation with Dr. Calvin Mackie, talking about the importance and power of STEM education. Enjoy today's program. For Conversation Daily News, I'm Cyrus Webb with your Monday headlines. In national news, White House confident Biden's bill will pass House this week. President Joe Biden's top economic advisor expressed confidence Sunday that the White House $1.85 trillion domestic policy package will quickly pass the House this week, and said approval couldn't come at a more urgent time as prices of consumer goods spike. Inflation is high right now, and it is affecting consumers in their pocketbook and also in their outlook for the economy, said Michael Deese, director of the National Economic Council. This, more than anything, will go at the cost that Americans face, he said, before adding that the House will consider the legislation this week. It will get a vote. It will pass, he said. The House has been moving toward approval of the massive Democrat-only backed bill, even as the measure faces bigger challenges in the Senate, where Senators Joe Manchin and Kyrsten Sinema have insisted on reducing its size. In a letter Sunday to Democratic colleagues, Majority Leader Chuck Schumer counseled time and patience for working through a bill of this size. Consumer prices have soared 6.2% over the last year, the biggest 12-month jump since 1990. Deese acknowledged that prices may not fully return to a more normal 2% level until next year due to the lingering effects of COVID-19, but he said the measure will go a long way toward lowering costs for American families. Biden today plans to sign a related $1 trillion infrastructure bill, a bipartisan effort that was passed earlier this month after the President and House Speaker Nancy Pelosi pledged action on Biden's broader package expanding health, child, elder care, and climate change by mid-November. House progressives had threatened to hold up the infrastructure bill without a firm commitment of immediate action on the broader package. House centrists say they will vote for the package as early as this week if an upcoming Congressional Budget Office analysis affirms White House estimates that the bill is fully paid for. The measure would be covered with changes to corporate taxes, such as a new corporate minimum tax, while raising taxes on higher income people. On last Friday, Pelosi wrote Democratic members reaffirming her plan to push ahead soon, noting that CBO estimates released so far on pieces of the plan have been consistent with White House projections. The bill is expected to face changes in the Senate, with Republican opposition and an evenly split 50-50 Senate. Biden has no votes to spare. In more national news, in gun debate, Rittenhouse verdict unlikely to be last word. Kyle Rittenhouse walked the streets of Kenosha, Wisconsin, a rifle slung over his chest and shoulder. The weapon was supposed to be for hunting on a friend's property up north, the friend says, but on that night in August 2020, Rittenhouse says he took the Smith & Wesson AR-style semi-automatic with him as he volunteered to protect property damaged during protests the previous evening. Before midnight, he used it to shoot 3 people, killing 2. A jury will soon deliberate whether Rittenhouse is guilty on charges, including murder, that could send him to prison for life. Was the then 17-year-old forced to act in self-defense while trying to deter crime, or did Rittenhouse, the only person in a well-armed crowd to shoot anyone, provoke people with his weapon, instigating the bloodshed, as prosecutors argue? In international news, nations compromise on coal to strike UN climate agreement. Almost 200 nations accepted a compromise deal Saturday aimed at keeping a key global warming target alive, but it contained a last-minute change that watered down crucial language about coal. Several countries, including small island states, said they were deeply disappointed by the change promoted by India to phase down rather than phase out coal power, the single biggest source of greenhouse gas emissions. Our fragile planet is hanging by a thread, said the UN Secretary General in a statement. We are still knocking on the door of climate catastrophe. Nation after nation had complained after 2 weeks of UN climate talks in Glasgow about how the deal did not go far or fast enough, but they said it was better than nothing and provided incremental progress, if not success. And finally, in entertainment news, Disney's Eternals tops domestic box office for second weekend. Disney and Marvel's Eternals took a steep drop in its second weekend in theaters, but it's still hanging on to first place ahead of newcomers like Clifford the Big Red Dog. Eternals added $28 million over the weekend, bringing its domestic total to $119 million, according to studio estimates on Sunday. That made the top 5 movies over the weekend. Number 1, Eternals, with $28 million. Number 2, Clifford the Big Red Dog, with $16 million. Number 3, Dune, with $6 million. Number 4, No Time to Die, with $5 million. And number 5, Venom, Let There Be Carnage, with $4 million. Cyrus Webb, Conversations Daily News. It's now time for the Truth of the Day with Mary Ellen Ciganovich. Mary Ellen, take it away.
Hi, this is Mary Ellen with your Truth of the Day. A new attitude attracts like-minded people. When you make the decision to change your attitude, the universe and God sets into motion all the means necessary to make this happen. All of a sudden, the pieces of your life begin to fall into place. A sense of peace overcomes you because you no longer wonder if your dreams are possible. You know how to make them happen. This change in shift of your attitude opens up brand new possibilities for you to explore. Your focus becomes clear and you move forward with confidence. This positive shift in your attitude affects everything and everyone around you. Like a rush of water, it clears the debris from your path so you can move forward. Today, enjoy your new attitude as you attract other like-minded people. And enjoy your day.
Dr. Calvin Mackie is featured in today's Entertainment Spotlight, right here on Conversations Daily News. For Conversations Daily News, I'm Cyrus Webb with your Entertainment Spotlight. Dr. Calvin Mackie joined me recently on Conversations Live, the radio show, to talk about the importance of STEM education and what he's doing to help kids realize that importance. Here's a bit of our conversation. What has it been like for you in the presentations that you've done to really share with young people the importance of not only an education, but also the importance of STEM today and what it can do for them for the future?
Cyrus, STEM is my life's work. I'm from New Orleans, Louisiana. I went to college and started college in remedial reading, developmental mathematics at Morris College in Atlanta. And 11 years later, I had 4 STEM degrees. So I've committed my life to creating the narratives and creating opportunities and creating programs so all kids can have the opportunity to participate in this great growing field called STEM. So when COVID hit, of course, that put even a greater barrier for the educators who are committed to our children and for people like myself that's committed to getting our children engaged in STEM.
So many people look at where they are and they think nothing can help them get anywhere. What has that been like for you to show them how a vehicle like STEM can help them to fulfill the goals and dreams that they have for themselves?
That is a great point and a great question. I believe STEM should be culturally and environmentally relevant. Cyrus, the crazy thing is that STEM is all around us, right? People try to make STEM like it's some mystery thing way out, in the ether that one day you can never touch. When kids working on a farm probably do more STEM and are exposed to most STEM on a daily basis than most kids in urban America.
Cyrus Webb, Conversations Daily News. We thank you all for tuning in to this edition of Conversations Daily News. We'll be back with you guys on tomorrow. More news, Truth of the Day with Mary Ellen Ciganovich, and of course your Entertainment Spotlight. Until then, I'm your host, Cyrus Webb, saying as always, enjoy your day, enjoy your life, enjoy your world. Thank you all for choosing Conversations Daily News today. Let's make it a great one.